Marcus Chen had always been good at fixing things. Not just machines, though he'd rebuilt enough car engines to earn his mechanical engineering degree, but systems, processes, problems that others had given up on. So when the sleek woman in the expensive suit approached him at the job fair with an offer that seemed too good to be true, he figured there had to be a catch. Xenotech Solutions, she'd said, sliding a business card across the table. We specialize in unique engineering, challenges, 6-figure starting salary, full benefits, and all the coffee you can drink. The catch, it turned out, was that his new co-workers had tentacles. Marcus stood in the gleaming corridor of what he now knew was a massive alien vessel, trying not to stare at the beings gliding past him. The Zaphirians were elegant creatures with flowing appendages that shifted color like mood rings and voices that sounded like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. They'd been nothing but polite during his first week, though he'd noticed they tended to give him a wide berth. His supervisor, Veltar, approached with that peculiar swaying motion all Zaphirians used. Marcus Chen, the alien said, its translator rendering the musical tones into crisp English. Please report to Conference Bay 7. The council wishes to speak with you. Marcus's stomach dropped. In his experience, being called before any kind of council was rarely good news. The conference bay was a circular room with walls that displayed the star field outside. 7 Zaphirians sat around a crescent-shaped table, their tentacles swaying in what Marcus had learned was either deep thought or barely contained anxiety. Please sit, said the one in the center, whose tentacles were a deeper blue than the others. I am Prime Engineer Kethmol. We have a confession to make. Marcus lowered himself into the chair which had been specifically designed for his bipedal anatomy. A confession? Kethmol's tentacles shifted to a nervous purple. Your hiring was not entirely honest. You see, Marcus Chen, we did not require your engineering skills, impressive though they are. Then why? Because, interrupted another council member, you are human, and humans, we have learned, possess a trait that is both terrifying and invaluable. Marcus frowned. Which is? The aliens exchanged looks, or what passed for looks among beings with distributed sensory organs. Kethmol leaned forward. You refuse to accept that problems are unsolvable. What? 3 cycles ago, Kethmol continued, we encountered the Devourers, a species that consumes entire star systems. Our greatest minds analyzed the threat for 2 full cycles. We developed 17 different mathematical models, conducted thousands of simulations, consulted with the wisest beings in known space. Every single analysis reached the same conclusion. The Devourers could not be stopped. Marcus waited, sensing there was more. Then we observed humanity's response to the same threat analysis. Your military leader, General Patricia Santos, I believe, looked at our data for exactly 47 minutes before saying, and I quote, well, that's a load of crap. There's always a way. Another council member, its tentacles now a rapid cycling pattern of orange and red, spoke up. We were horrified. Your species had looked at mathematical certainty and simply dismissed it. We thought you were suffering from collective delusion. But then, Kethmol said, you proved us wrong. In 6 of your months, humanity developed a solution we had deemed impossible. You weaponized stellar collapse, created mobile black holes, and turned the Devourer's own consumption against them. Marcus blinked. Wait, we won? Against these Devourers? Completely. 37 of their fleets were eliminated. The rest fled to distant galaxies. Kethmol's tentacles had shifted to what Marcus recognized as amazement. And when we asked, your General Santos, how she knew it could be done, she said, because giving up is for quitters and humans don't quit. The room fell silent except for the gentle hum of the ship's systems. Marcus tried to process what he was hearing. So, he said slowly, you hired me because I'm human and humans are too stubborn to know when we're beaten? Precisely, said Kethmol. We have a new problem, Marcus Chen. Our homeworld star is dying. Our scientists have calculated that it will go supernova in 18 of your months, 3 billion Zaphirians will die and there is no way to evacuate them in time. Marcus looked around the room at the alien faces, or what he assumed were faces, all focused on him with desperate hope. "Have you tried moving the planet?" he asked. The tentacles of all 7 council members immediately shifted to shocked, white. "Move? A planet?" "Sure. If the star's the problem, move the planet. You've got faster than light travel, right? Just, I don't know, strap some engines to it." Kethmal began making a sound Marcus had never heard before, a musical, keening that might have been laughter or crying or both. "Strap engines to a planet," the alien repeated. 18 months of our greatest minds working on evacuation logistics, and the human suggests we simply move our world. "Is it impossible?" Marcus asked. The aliens looked at each other again. Finally, Kethmal spoke, its tentacles now cycling through rapid patterns of color. We never considered it. The energy requirements alone would be manageable," Marcus interrupted, his engineer's mind already working through the problem. "You'd need to tap your gas giants, probably convert their entire mass to energy, but yeah, it's just a really, really big engineering project." As the aliens began chattering amongst themselves in their musical language, Marcus smiled. Maybe being too stubborn to recognize the impossible wasn't such a bad trait after all. 3 days later, construction began on the largest planetary engines in galactic history.